Hi, and welcome to Reddit Files, where real stories cut deeper than fiction. Let's go into it.
My GF, 21, and me, am 22, have been in a relationship for 3 years, and it's had its ups and downs, but overall it was great. About 6 months into the relationship, she cheated on me. I found out when I saw her texting her friend, and I saw a photo of the guy she sent and what she said. I confronted her immediately as we were in my car and took her back home. She tried to lie at first and says it was just a joke, but eventually I'm told the truth, and it hurts. The dude was more attractive than I was, and even I could tell. It made me almost feel like I understood why she cheated, but what really hurt was she had sent videos that we made to entice the other man, but I'd still cared. So I made some conditions, because she begged me to forgive her. I set boundaries and we got back together. This all happened with like a week time frame. We really didn't get much time apart. Now, on her end, she followed what I asked, kinda. I know that I was asking someone to change, and I know change doesn't happen overnight. Eventually, I found her still trying to text other guys, and I called her out. I watched her delete her accounts, and I didn't visit her for like 2 to 3 weeks after. This time, things dramatically improved. It seemed like she had decided to actually try. And we eventually began to see improvements in the cracks that were made being repaired. After so long, we moved in together. We both signed a lease, and we got along great. After the year mark, things started to slip into a decline sort of on both of us. I would get lazy when it came time to do my chores and would delay them. Nothing crazy, but she's a clean freak, so I can understand why she got upset. I was mad because she wasn't interested in me, but it seemed like she just never really listened when I talked. She never remembered stuff I'd told her, and she would get mad at me often. Things went up and down for a while. Around 2 it improved, and year 3 was when things got horrible. I had a life-altering event happen, and it dramatically shifted my mind state. I was in constant state of worry, panic, and frenzy, anger. It was definitely tough on her, and I really feel bad for having to deal with me as she's dealt with a lot in her life. She got pregnant at 13 due to an older man, now in jail, grooming her and convincing her to meet. And after that, as her mom wasn't really there for her, she got moved to foster care. She claims she never developed trauma from being groomed and that she knows she was doing, but I beg to differ. When I hear about her past and how many sick, twisted pedos, men well over 20, were hitting up her when she was 13, 14, 15, and she fell for a few of them and messed around with a few. Eventually, she stopped going for older men and instead started focusing on less creepy men. While she was with me, she also received the worst news a person could hear. Even though she didn't live with her for a long time, they still kept in contact. Her mother had passed away unexpectedly, and she felt unresolved at the time because I'm pretty sure she was planning on visiting her soon after so many years. I don't want to go into all the details, but her time in foster care experience was not a fond one for sure. She'd been through more than most people I know and has never been to therapy. She thinks nothing is wrong. As someone who has mental illnesses that I have suffered with from CPTSD, it definitely seems to me like she has some unresolved trauma. Back to me. After things started to improve, for me, the relationship started to way up, but then I suddenly lost my job. I made good money, so I think she felt scared I would not make as much at my next job. At this point, my life had felt like it ended twice over, and I sat at home applying for places, and still am. I have an interview tomorrow. Hope I get it. She started to get really emotionally distant when I lost my job. The fights got worse. She'd come home yelling at me for nothing. After I'd cleaned the house, she'd freak out on me if I missed a spot and would redo the whole room, complaining about I can't do anything right. But then at random moments, she would love bomb me. I knew something was up. So I just helped her get a car. I just find one, had not paid for one. She had just got her seat coverings. I decided, because she left her phone inside and we had an open book policy because of the first time she cheated, that I was going to look through her phone. My mistake. She made sure I knew that. I found accidentally screenshots of the chat logs with the dude she'd listed as daddy. Now, to be fair, I probably should have done more research into him so I'd be more prepared for her lies, but I flipped one outside and confronted her. She told me it was a work friend and a joke. And after I told her I don't believe her, and after arguing, she tells me that it's a boy she'd been talking to, but not sexually. Just emotional cheating. I told her bullshit, and after that, she went and packed some stuff and went to stay at a motel. Now, mind you, I was ignoring her, not talking to her after I found out what she had done. So after a day goes by, she texts me and asks if she can stay at the house. I say yes, but don't expect me to be respectful, especially if you're still talking to the guy you cheated on me with. So she showed me she blocked him and opened her friends list and I could look at any time. Then she changed her mind. I'm guessing because she was talking to friends and said nope. So I said, you can stay, but don't expect me to be respectful and not talk about you or say hurtful shit when I'm talking to my friends that are here with me. So eventually she agrees and comes back. I confront her again, asking if I think I'm stupid and think she didn't do anything physical. So eventually she opens up the whole can of worms, telling me why she felt she did it, where they did, when they did, how they did, what it was like, things that crushed me, but also helped as I don't know, just knowing, I guess. She told me that she really loves me and she doesn't know how to love me properly and she doesn't know why she keeps hurting me. She says she knows she doesn't deserve me but wants to try and be the one I do deserve. I told her that it would take a few months before I even considered the possibility. She said that she was okay with that and was willing to move out and become independent, but she really doesn't have a job for that. But I said, whatever, I guess you can stay here and I'll be quiet and respectful even if you don't deserve it. But then yesterday, I went to nick my friend back home because he was supposed to leave the day I found out, but decided to stay to support me and make sure she didn't manipulate me. But then he needed to go home and do something, so I asked the neighbor if he'd watch and tell me if she brings a guy home, tell it so I don't have to come home to that. He's the landlord's assistant, so we know him pretty well. He says, oh, right, then I go to the thing. After a bit, I come home, the neighbor is on my porch. I think it was just timing. She didn't mean anything, just want to talk to us. He talked to us, basically saying we need to get this worked out and telling her that if I'm willing, that it's on her. So after that, he then asked who texted the landlord, which was her. He basically said since she told him I'm without a job, that if we don't work this out, that neither of us can stay here because she doesn't make enough money herself. And we're on a month to month. So when push comes to shove, I must need to know how to deal with this, what to do. I really feel urged on to let her try to get better so that we can try again. I've been through hell and back with this woman, and for what I've seen this time, she actually seems to regret it. This time as she found out that the dude was lying to her, that my friend knew him and he's meth head coke guy and didn't have a job and also had a girlfriend from like talks, it was like she was ready to leave me for him or well still undecided. I guess because she told him and it was one of only the texts I saw that she wasn't ready or willing to leave me, so that she told him that because she was going to stop talking to him because the relationship was finally improving in her eyes, even though I felt it had been for a while. I don't know, everyone that knows us says I'm in the right, that I was the one putting in more effort and trying to get things to change without it being reciprocated. I, of course, wouldn't want to do this unless you got individual therapy and we got couples therapy, and also I'd have to have full access to all devices, passwords, and accounts. I know it's a lot, but it's all that would feel safe. And if she doesn't want to, I even told her I'd be respectful and keep Red at distance and we can just stay in the house for a few months till I get a job and she can move out. She agreed, but I don't know if she should ask for other conditions. What boundaries should I have right now? Is it even possible to get back with her at this point, even if she does get treated? I really am willing to keep it work if she tries this time, but I don't know if it's worth my time. I'm young, but I also know how my generation is. All my friends seem to get cheated on. I know a lot of people who have someone cheat on them, they're so with them, but I don't know how they do it. I want to understand, though I want her to understand. I don't know, I'm so frenzied since I'm stuck here with her that I thought I'd at least get a break. None of my friends have a place for me right now. My parents' house is full. I'm homeless, and unfortunately, it's definitely not the better option. I just need some advice. I get him stupid for even thinking about getting back with her. I've heard everything about how dumb I am from my family and friends, all except my one friend. I don't know why, but I want to try. I really do.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Reddit Files. If this story hit home for you, drop a comment and let us know. What part got to you the most? Ever had one of those quiet moments in a relationship that changed everything? Your stories matter too, and this community's all ears. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who might need to hear it. Till next time, stay kind and don't let yourself disappear.